What is going on, Governor? Chisgule here, and today we are going to cover the Ark of Osiris in Kingdom 42. That's right, Kingdom 42. This is a older kingdom than the one that I'm in, and I'm really pumped about this. The matchup sounds pretty exciting. We're going to be covering Wolfgang, which is a 1.2 billion power alliance. I actually kind of want to show their tech, but I didn't ask for permission to do that, so I'm not going to. Perhaps after the match, that's a thing that we will do. And we've got only 3 minutes till this thing kicks off. So this is the time, my friends, to answer your questions in the chat, to say hello. It looks like we've got Alon in the chat, Ziwa, Trideep, Star Blessings. I mean, this chat exploded before the stream even started. Holy moly. Luffy, Banjar, Pius, Stealthy, Juan, Headhunter. Hello and welcome, my friends. I'm excited to be covering Ark of Osiris. Every day that we're covering Ark of Osiris is a good day in my eyes. Column, welcome to the chat. Oh yeah. Ark of Osiris, Kingdom 42. Let's get a look at the members of the Alliance just to get a sense of what we're cooking up over here. I see no Tier 5. No Tier 5 supporting this Alliance, so this is going to be really interesting to see if in this matchup they are up against Tier 5. That will be pretty interesting to see. Let me just check the other ranks here to see if we see some Tier 5 hanging out down below, which we do not. Okay. So I think this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. No Tier 5. We'll see what the enemy has. Killer Alon, I think the link will show up in there automatically. If it doesn't, yes, do please drop the... Oh, you're talking about in the ROC, the official Discord? Yeah, go for it. Let's promote it. Steve is saying they do not have Tier 5, so a representative from Wolfgang in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm excited about this. Let's just get a look at Kingdom 42 while we're here. What's going on in this kingdom? What's going on? It looks like Wolfgang is primarily located in the Lost Temple area. A little surprising to me that there's all this empty space. I wonder what's going on in this kingdom. This is some of the most premium real estate in the land right here. Completely unused. I'm baffled. I'm 100% baffled. I have to think that perhaps this was a relatively peaceful kingdom. Because, like, I see no hives in this zone. There's no proper hive. I mean, like, this is a collection of cities, but it's not a hive where you've got your land completely covered so enemies can't teleport near you. An enemy could teleport, like literally almost right next to the Alliance leader and just start doing work. Anyways, I have to think this maybe was a relatively peaceful kingdom based on what I'm seeing here. And confirmation in the chat, it's mostly peaceful. There we go. We're in Kingdom 42. We're going to be streaming Ark of Osiris. This thing begins in 30 seconds. I'm super pumped. And Ankit, thank you for the donation, my friend. I really appreciate it. I don't know what that currency is, but it's 100. And I'll take 100 of just about anything. Well, maybe I should rethink that statement. I'll take 100 of just about any currency from a donation. Ankit, thank you. You've got your Ark tomorrow. Good luck, my friends, in your Ark of Osiris. I hope that you do well. The Ark of Osiris kicking off in 3 seconds. Bada boom. Here we go. We can enter. We're in. Let's scope out the opposing side of the map to see what they've got cooking up. Will we see some T5s? Usually it arranges the members of the Alliance by power, so we should see if they've got T5, it'll be near the front. So far, no T5. We've got an even matchup. Also, are you loving the new enhancement that I'm seeing over here in the upper left? Can I tap this? I can even tap it. Sweet. The symbol for the Ark of Osiris in the upper left, it enables us apparently to zip right over to where the Ark of Osiris is, which is really great. And it's got a timer going down for how long till the Ark of Osiris is going to be in play. I love literally everything about that. Also, ooh, what do we see over here in the upper left? There's an occupation score and a number of participants that I can toggle between. I'm eager to see what those do as we are playing the match. I can't figure it out just yet, but I'm sure it'll be pretty obvious once this thing gets rolling. We're still on the T5 hunt. No T5, no T5. Now, these two positions typically for the officer, so is the leader not coming today? Is that a thing? What do they got? 23 mil, 19 mil, and you can see it's descending in power level here. And I don't think it's by rank at any further than that. I think it's just 2 officers, then the leader, then ranked by power. P.S. Thank you for your compliment. Much appreciated. Ankit says yes a few times, just here and there. Okay, must have been a part of something else I missed earlier. It's rupees. Cool. Okay. Can I show the power of the match? I will show the power of the match in literally 1 minute. Right now, when I tap the flag up on the top, all it's doing is just sort of moving in on the map, but that'll become active pretty soon. Looks like most folks are here. Sir Remus, the Alliance leader, at the front. You can see 2 officers flanking the leader there in a formation with them, and you all know what I think about the start of the Ark of Osiris. It's a pretty clear opener that we want to see here, fanning out across the map, very rapidly going and grabbing the points. You should be using Tier 1 cavalry with cavalry commanders that have movement speed, and you should have movement speed talents on them. And quite frankly, I would expect that it is these 3 individuals that should be the ones sending those speedy units, simply because they are literally closer than any other player from their alliance to make that happen. What is the best commander in the field? I think cavalry is the right army to be bringing because cavs move faster. Cavalry with movement speed is really, really huge. And to that end, I really like Baibars right now. I really like Baibars. He does AoE, which is crucial for the Ark of Osiris. He's a cav commander. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Absolute best is Mina Cao Cao. I mean, come on. All right, so start of the battle. We've got folks fanning out and spreading out across the map. We want to see representation at every single structure. They all matter. And I'm going to call out something that I want you to watch out for in the audience. The thing that I think people need to be looking out for is ninja captures. That's right. Ninja captures, what I'm referring to is when an enemy goes behind the sort of line across the center of the map. They head across this line. It's an imaginary line through the center of the map, and they sneak past and steal undefended outposts or even undefended obelisks. We've seen it all. Let's zip in here. It is 28 for our friends in Wolfgang versus 22 in First Nation. Oh, no, up to 23. Okay, 5 players is a close gap, but let me tell you, I think being down 5 players is a really big problem. They're at a pretty big disadvantage here. In a matter of minutes, these additional objectives are going to open up. It's actually 5 minutes after the start of the Ark of Osiris. And so after they've made their way to these structures, which they are rapidly doing, they then need to go forward and posture forward. So we should see that really, really soon. Let me check out the chat. Stealthy saying, finally, someone realizes Baibars is a sleeper OP for Ark of Osiris. Darn right. Baibars is great. My officer Fleisch has been saying that for quite a while, that Baibars and Mehmed are pretty darn good in the Ark of Osiris, and I think they are. I think they are quite excellent. Drixon saying, hey, Chis, it's Nick. Thought of something interesting the other day. How would you feel about a leader with the PK leadership tree for a fort monster? PK, peacekeeping and leadership tree. I think peacekeeping and leadership could be interesting. I mean, yeah, peacekeeping and leadership would be pretty nuts. Come to think of it. I see why you're like, oh man, that would be totally bananas, because that would be totally bananas. Okay, some of these structures now being captured, which is excellent. Little bit sluggish to get these structures in red, and the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking here, and not a small amount. We are not sending Tier 1 cavalry, it looks like, to capture this objective, and the real problem with this army that's running over there now, and you can see this, is that they've got cavalry, which is great. They've got a cavalry commander, which is great, but they've got infantry in that unit. And the army moves as fast as the slowest unit in the army. So the army here is moving as fast as infantry move, which is really slow. By default, the infantry are slower than cavalry, and so you really want to send only cavalry, even if it means you're sending less than a full unit. And honestly, like, I send one Tier 1 cavalry in my army that's running around capturing these initial objectives. It really doesn't matter how many units you have in there. It doesn't speed anything up. We've got a few minutes before first blood, so we're going to pay attention to the chat, because that's not a thing we'll be able to do once the battle really heats up. Welby Buzz saying, first ARK of Osiris I'm having this weekend, and it's 22 versus 5, same power. How is that possible? Holy moly! You're going to be dealing with some incredibly powerful players. I think that's pretty awesome. You're going to have to take advantage of the fact that you can be all over the map at once, whereas they can only have, at max, 25 marches. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to rally stuff with your strongest player in order to capture some of those objectives. That is what you're going to need to do. Killer Lawn saying Germany or Arabia. We'll have to get a look at those exact buffs after the match. Generally, I like the troop training from Germany. I love that they offer you cavalry bonuses and special unit, and the action point recovery is good. I believe Arabia is the one that does extra damage to barbarians. Like, is that right? 10% extra damage to barbarians? Arabia's good. I think they also do extra damage in rallies, if I recall. Let's focus back in on the ARK of Osiris. What's cooking up here? They're starting to grab some structures. Red a little sluggish. They didn't get the memo about Tier 1 cavalry. That's okay. That's not going to make or break the battle, although it doesn't help given that they're still down 5 players. What does really matter at this point is that everybody postures forward, and oh boy, is that happening here. Aggressive play from our friends in the Wolfpack, moving forward, going to grab that Desert Altar right in front of the eyes of this player, Farmville. Farmville scouting the players in blue, and boom, just the teeniest bit faster, now filling the Desert Altar with multiple players, which means, yeah, this guy's got to leave. This guy's got to leave. Love the aggression on the part of the Wolfpack. I also love the objective that they chose to be aggressive on. It is these altars that really matter the most in the ARK of Osiris. Altars are points, points, points. You get 750 points for the first occupation, then 150 points per minute, which, by the way, for those of you doing the math, that's more than double. Sorry, not more than double. It's almost double what you get from the Shrine of Life. And that first occupation bonus is tremendous. Wow, look at the organization on the part of the Wolfpack. These guys are in serious trouble. I got a message from the Wolfpack earlier today saying that they were, in fact, super organized. And what is this aggression? Taking the outpost? Taking the enemy outpost, which by all rights should belong to them. Oh, no. The alliance that we're up against here really didn't know what was coming. They were not ready for this organization storm on the part of Wolfpack, and they're even going to take the Sky Altar. Well, friends, this is going to be one-sided and fast. I suppose we can spend some time enjoying what the new enhancements are to ARK of Osiris and really focus in on answering your questions in the chat, which, like, look, I enjoy being able to chat with you, so let's switch into the chat here. Anka is saying that he's switching to Rome from Japan for ARK. That's cool. I swapped off of Japan. Japan's really good, by the way, just all around. You've got Samurai. You've got a 3% boost to all types of units, which is a really big deal. Did I mention the Gathering speed boost? Probably. And then also Scout speed boost, which is kind of relevant for ARK of Osiris. I'll be honest, I just don't do that much scouting. I'm really not doing that much scouting. The power differential here is very low. Let me just confirm what that power difference is. I'm going into my Discord now. By the way, shameless plug for joining my Discord, link in the description. Let's see here. The matchup today is 455 million power for Wolfgang, 428 million power for the opposing alliance, First United Nation. They're now up one more player, closing the gap, but too little too late, it almost seems. I don't know. This match is far from over, but they need to start doing work as yet another player now joining in, 25 v 28, to the ARK of OSIRIS. I'll tell you, there's a couple things that could be happening that might cause a player to join the ARK of OSIRIS late. Pop quiz in the chat. Do you know what those things are that prevent you from entering into the ARK of OSIRIS? Because I can tell you, many people have been caught off guard not paying attention to the rules that allow you to enter the ARK of OSIRIS. Ankit saying that yes, Japan is really good. Switching to Rome for that extra march speed. And let me tell you, march speed is where it's at. Drixon saying, hey, Chess, I heard something that never crossed my mind before. How do you feel about Joan as a garrison commander for an early kingdom? Could be very interesting. I think Joan is great as an early garrison commander. She's buffing all the troops, and she's good against a rally. If you think you're going to get swarmed, and swarms are really popular in an early kingdom, I feel like using a commander that hedges against the possibility of a swarm would be a good idea. The only other problem I have with Joan is that there's only so many talent points that are useful on her, but like in an early kingdom, she's going to be kind of low level, so I think that's legit. Let's find some combat. Rally in on the outpost, and it looks like the defenders are trying to swarm the rally. When is that a good plan? That is a good plan, assuming that all of those players already have armies in the obelisk, or the obelisk is full. We've got none other than Hannibal Barca leading that rally, and Barca's a great choice. He's got the attack tree and he's got the leadership tree, which means over time he should be doing an upwards of 10% extra attack, I believe, by virtue of the talents Effortless, and if they've done it right, Barca is really kitted out to have a mixed army, and it looks like that's exactly what they have here. Yeah, I like what they're doing here. It looks like there are some archer special units here as well, so this might be Arabia leading the rally, perhaps. Also some cavalry special units represented. I think this rally is going to be successful, although I don't know how long the rally is going to be able to hold this objective after they capture it. Again, these guys should be getting into the obelisk or even swapping out their army. You can do a hot swap, take out your army that's weak, put in an army that's full. Because in the ARK of OSIRIS, you can only have one army in the structure at a time. Let's see here. Gecko scouting to troll. Gecko scouting. I thought Gecko was on a flight right now. Failed obelisk defense indeed. This is an aggressive play. Let's ask this. When should you capture an obelisk? In my opinion, oh, there it is. There's the swarm sending blue back to their side of the map. And by the way, this is the problem. This is the problem with attacking an ARK or attacking an obelisk like this. You're so far away from where your alliance is, like you can't really support it. ARK of OSIRIS spawning in less than a minute. Let's see here. Okay, so we can see now the occupation score, the amount of points you get per minute now being displayed underneath the objectives, and number of occupants can be shown. Let me tell you, number of occupants is an excellent way to display what is happening. And I'm going to display number of occupants today because I think that this ARK of OSIRIS is going to be sort of a landslide for our friends in Wolfpack based on what's happened so far. But I feel like it is giving a lot of information away to potential stream snipers. If they're looking at this. You know what else I think would be super interesting? I don't think this actually happens with number of occupants, but you know what would be super cool is if you scouted an objective, it would show the number of occupants as well, and it would show like a time since the last time it was scouted, so you could actually get real value from scouting enemy structures. Because, like, let's be real. When you scout an enemy structure in the Ark of Osiris, like, do you really have time to go and look at the report? Do you even, like, notice it? Anyways, I think defensively, this is an A+++. As someone who tries to organize defensive structures, I love this number of occupants score. Let's see here. Now, this is a key on the left-hand side. If I tap one of these things, is it going to take me to obelisks? No, it does not. It's just a key. That's cool. I appreciate having a key over here. Cody Z asking how I'm doing. You know, I'm doing really, really well. It's Ark of Osiris, baby, and Ark of Osiris is always a good time in Rise of Kingdoms. We've got some scouting going on, Red deciding how they're going to move this thing. Also, I love that it's showing the captured icon in the upper left, and I can move anywhere I want on the map. Tap that icon in the upper left, bada boom, it takes us over there and shows us the Ark of Osiris moving down the battlefield. Love that enhancement to Ark of Osiris. Now let's just do a quick farming check. Oh, well, oh no. On the topic of a farming check, this gatherer getting shut down, sent back to wherever they came from. Where do I think a safe place to gather is? All the way through here, which is where there's no gathering happening, which is a little bit of a bummer. This is where gathering should be happening. Let's check the blue side. Gathering check. How are you doing on your gathering in this Ark of Osiris? Assuming I can find my way to the gatherers. I mean, to some extent, they almost don't need to be gathering at this point. There we go. They've got some solid gathering going on. Let's find the combat. Bada boom. Combat in. Rally is in. Structure is being defended incredibly well. This rally is getting melted. Holy moly. Rally getting reinforced. I wonder if this is a small rally. Zooming out really quickly, proper defense on that structure. 1.2 mil in the structure defending it. Whoo! Grindello28 asking, who do I pair with YSG? I like El Cid. I really like Herman a whole heck of a lot. Make Herman the primary. Use the skill tree, and you get a ton of rage restoration. Why do I say Herman primary? That's mostly because in the skill tree, there is a talent that makes it so that the secondary commander does extra damage, and you want just like max damage from that Yi Seong-Ye. Also, I want to call attention to the fact that it's easier to level up and star up an epic compared to a legendary. Killer Alon pointing out that people are always lazy about gathering. I'll be honest, I'll say lazy and also potentially just distracted. My Alliance member Cabo did this really well our last Ark of Osiris. He would call out every time he was gathering, hey, reminder, send out your gatherers. Hey, reminder, send out your gatherers. Honestly, it's almost worth setting a timer. I know in other games, semi-pro and pro players have actually done that for themselves. So I'm talking about Heroes of the Storm. Players would basically set a timer to remind themselves that there's like some critical thing they need to go check or do, and then they would go and do it, which I think is pretty good. Oh yeah, it was checking the map. That's what it was. They would set a 30-second timer on repeat that would just ding once to remind them, like, hey, check the map to see where everyone is. Hey, check the map to see where everyone is. As someone who leads Ark of Osiris, that's a thing I need to be doing constantly, is kind of as much as possible looking back on the map to direct the show where needed, but honestly, I would rather not have to direct the show. Who else is good for Herman? For Yi Seong-Ye. I personally am potentially going to make an army with Kusunoki and Yi Seong-Ye. Insane AoE unit, but honestly, I really like the march speed on El Cid. El Cid is a sleeper pick for archers. Hey, Jess, what do you think? Is it worth to 6-star a 5-1-2-2 Richard or a 3-4-2-1 Cao Cao? 100% go with the Richard. Richard's insane. Great investment. And he's got talents that benefit more than Cao Cao does. Plus, your first skill on Cao Cao is not maxed out, which is kind of an issue. So I would go with the Richard. The Richard is going to have, I believe in the defense tree, a talent that gives 1.5% of stats per star level. So that's, I think, where you want to be. All right, so we've been watching this combat over here, but let's find a rally. Rally in, Rally in. Richard, leader of the rally. Richard's a weird choice unless you're rocking a full infantry rally, which they almost are, it looks like, but not quite. So maybe that's what they were trying to do there. I see here this player is attacking also with Lohar. Lohar, not my first, second, or third choice for a commander. In fact, they are probably one of the last choices I'd have. But here's the thing. If they're really highly leveled, then sometimes it does make sense to use them. If you are going to attack with that Lohar, I'd use the free movement in the Ark of Osiris to have marched them behind the objective, attack from there, because you can see here the defending Richard casting that area of effect, reducing the attack of the army that's hitting in, and if they just marched behind, they would not have their damage reduced by 40%, which is a really big deal. Peja saying, Chisgule, if you get zeroed, what do you recommend to do to lead game or try to recover? Look, try to recover. Build up your hospital, lick your wounds, get back in the fight. You've already built up so much, and a lot of value cannot be lost by virtue of your tech, by virtue of your buildings. So get back in the fight, baby. Rebuild. Ankit sharing the same advice, saying he's been zeroed twice. Grindello 28, what if you're a jumper and you accidentally used Starlight Sculptures to level Yi Seong-Ye, and now he's a 4-1-1? 4-1-1 is not that bad. The fact that you have a jumper and you got Yi Seong-Ye means you've got something interesting cooking. I would stick with it. Just know that it might take a lot of sculptures to get that first skill maxed. And look, Yi Seong-Ye is a boss commander. Truly a boss commander. Pixelated saying that he was zeroed 4 times, but it was able to build up back up. Wow. Killer saying being zeroed isn't the worst. You already have your hospital, and all you need to do is chill and use your generic speed ups on troops. Yeah, I mean, you end up. Oh, look at that. Rally not successful. Still over 500,000 troops defending the structure. Big combat outside this outpost. Woo! Rally taking it back. Here's the thing. Let's talk about prioritization. If you are in red, pop quiz chat, drop into chat what you would take right now. What would you rally if you're in red? I had a pop quiz earlier and I didn't check the answer. What prevents you from getting into the Ark of Osiris? Several things. First of all, if you've got War Frenzy, you can't join Ark of Osiris. War Frenzy is a 15-minute buff, gives you 3% attack. Anytime you attack something that belongs to another player. So if you scout something belongs to a player, attack something, you can't join Ark of Osiris. If your armies are out anywhere on the map, you can't join the Ark of Osiris. You got to bring all your armies back home. If your hospital has troops in it, you got to clear out your hospital before you can join Ark of Osiris. All of those things can prevent you from getting into the Ark of Osiris. So, pop quiz, rolling to a conclusion. What would you be rallying in this Ark of Osiris if you were the folks in blue, or sorry, the folks in red? And let's pretend for a moment this obelisk still belonged to red. I think the thing to be taking is this altar over here, or this altar all the way over here. Now, if you're scouting it, you'd know that, gosh, there's 1.3 mil over here, and only, a little over half of what can be in this structure. That's 750,000. So I would be rallying this desert altar. That would be the play. That would be the play. Drixon saying, I actually use Max Pelagius with Cao Cao and they do all right. I might work on Belisarius next. Yeah, Pelagius is great. Pelagius is great. Drixon saying, I would take the outpost back, gain your side of the map first, then look for more offensive structures. I would ignore the outpost. The outpost is only worth 30 points a minute, and the only way, red is Dunsky at this point, I think, but the only way you could get back into this game, if you're red, is to basically take the highest point structures possible. So while I like the idea of sneaking a structure that might be easier, the thing you need to focus on is the highest point structure because, look, the altar is worth over 5 points per minute more than the outpost. Okay, what do we got here? David saying red needs to take back the shrines for more buffs first, then tip the power balance back in their favor, then head for the altars. That's an interesting strategy. Take like a Shrine of War, which, by the way, is empty right now. I mean, there's armies outside it, right? But blue at this point, I don't know. They're saying we don't need to defend these structures. So if red could have a speedy cavalry army running behind the lines, you just clean all this stuff up and just one at a time grabbing them. It's hugely disruptive. What's the significance of going and grabbing these things? When you go and you grab these different structures, what it will do is reset the point gain for the opposing side. For at least 3 minutes, probably more, the opposing side is not gaining points, and that is a big deal. Refocusing in on the chat, red needs to take the shrines for more buffs first, tip the power back. Professor Oz, if you don't mind me suggesting, I'd spend sculptures on Richard since you get Cao Cao from gold keys. That's a great suggestion. Professor Oz, I've joined 2 minutes ago, didn't read the chat. The Flash will be the best primary commander, Expertise Pelagius, or a 3-2-3-1 Minamoto. Primary commander should be Pelagius, followed up with Minamoto as the secondary. That's not an amazing Minamoto because the first skill was not maxed out. That said, it's still pretty good. Yusuf saying, should I pair my Baibars with Boudica or Mehmed? Mehmed is 5-1-1-1 and Boudica's maxed. You should pair with Boudica. Max Boudica is excellent. Oh, Yusuf is saying Baibars is 5-5-2-2. I'd still go with Boudica because she's expertised. The second skill on... Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right commander. Baibars with Mehmed. Baibars is 5-5-2-2. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Aren saying buy Mina and max him only way. Yeah, I mean when your Mina is in that spot, I do think it's a good idea to, I mean if you're spending, to spend the amount of cash that it would take to increase this. Now, what I think is interesting about this play, rallying the Shrine of Life, is they might have scouted it and saw that it had less troops. That could have been a possibility. That might be why they're here. The other thing they might be saying is we're going to use a bunch of healing speed ups, so we really want to make sure that we have this structure back. At this point, if you're in red, I would spend not a single minute of healing speed ups. And we crashed. I would not spend a single minute of healing speed ups. The battle, I don't think, is winnable. And so I would focus instead on saving those to fight for another day. Grindello saying, I accidentally used my beginner teleport to teleport into my second kingdom alliance, and I'm devastated. My second kingdom's alliance. Are you out of beginner teleports? You can't go to your final kingdom? If I recall correctly, beginner's teleports now only let you go to kingdoms that are within their first 10 days of life. Okay, cruising along. I'm free to play, so what should I base my decisions on? You want to base your decisions on getting the most value possible. What I do like here is that for some reason, it looks like it just took us into the center. Never mind. We see this Ark of Osiris is on the move, and I like that this player is tunnel vision going to take out that Ark of Osiris if they can catch it. I don't know that they have the movement speed. Look at those tier 1 cavalry moving hella fast down the battlefield. I like it. Woo. All right, well, red has tried to take another structure, and it has not gone well. It has not gone well. We've got some breakfast, smoothie, breakfast of champions. Don't mind me eating some breakfast as we go here. Let's keep this chat rolling. I think in a minute we're going to zip over to my kingdom, which, by the way, we got Mighty Governor going on, so it might be kind of spicy. How useful are archers in the Ark of Osiris? Let me tell you what, my friend. Yi Song-ye with a bunch of archers, AoE unit, I think is really, really good. The only downside of a unit like archers is that they're kind of slow moving, so I really like a commander like El Cid. That's right, you heard it here. I really like a commander like El Cid who offers a ton of movement speed so that they can get out of trouble if they get into trouble. Cruising along here. Yi Sung-ye with full archers is one of the best combos in Ark. I agree. Red have less castles and way less troops. Amount matters. Let me tell you, it really does. It really, really does. Whew, okay. Another structure getting hit over here. It's a rally into the Shrine of War. That structure was empty before, but it's now got 500,000 troops, and they're just doing work on this. Now, let's talk about integrity for a second. Only because the folks in blue have an overwhelming victory going on do I feel comfortable sharing the number of troops that are in each of these structures. Only because they have an overwhelming victory. Pia saying, I unlocked Sun Tzu and I'm planning to max him and use him as a garrison commander. I actually did that as well. In a war, and by the way, you can check my old videos. This was war against Marvel, one of the very first ones that we had. I was defending a flag, and there were a bunch of armies nearby, and I thought, gosh, it might be worth expertising Sun Tzu just to defend this flag, and I did it. Boom. This is why I like to hang on to some resources. I expertised him, and whew, these guys getting sent home. I don't know if it was actually the right choice, but I've used Sun Tzu all over the place, including in the ARK of Osiris. Right now, one of the armies I'm playing around with is using Barca expertise, so he does AoE and reduces the defense of all 3 targets in AoE, and then Sun Tzu to just clobber those targets afterwards. I'm enjoying the combo. Best tips for new players. You know what's really funny? One of my very first videos was called 8 Common Mistakes. 8 Common Mistakes in Rise of Kingdoms. Well, technically at the time it was Rise of Civilizations. And this video has over 180,000 views at this point. It's insane. I get more views on this video than any other. Even like today, I'm getting tons of views on this video. That is where the best beginner tips are. They're really, really quite good. I installed, so to Jumper account, I need to join Top Kingdom 1 through 30. For Final Kingdom, I'll settle on a new kingdom, right? Yeah, join a new kingdom. And honestly, if you're doing a Jumper, you really want to find a group of people that are doing it at the same time as you, so you can end up in the same Final Kingdom with a bunch of organized folks. Now, this is the attack I want to see, even though at this point, right, it's all just for funsies. This is a rally into an altar. It's Richard leading the charge, which is something that doesn't make a bunch of sense to me, but Richard is an exceptional commander. Who should be leading the rally? In my opinion, it's a commander that has the leadership tree and probably has the attack tree. Okay. How are we doing here? This structure is going down. What the what? They took the obelisk again. Holy moly. Was it a rally or was it a swarm? One easy way to find out. We zoom out. Give me the map options. There we go. Number of occupants. That was a rally. 901,000. I'll put my money on that having been a rally. Also, we know Barco was leading rallies on that earlier, so there you go. All right. Bada boom. My friends, I think we can safely say, our friends in blue have successfully won this ARK of Osiris. Ooh, okay, there's still stuff to watch. Red is doing a great job putting in a good fight and giving us a show here. I like it. They're about to capture this Shrine of Life. They got a successful rally going in here. Question into the chat. Am I streaming ARK at 20 UTC? I am not. Where am I going to be? Am I? Maybe I will. I haven't decided. I was not planning to. I actually might be around 20 UTC, come to think of it. I'm going to Dim Sum after this. I'm super pumped. Dim Sum is the literal best. Literal best. This is Kingdom 42. This is Ankit saying this is more one-sided than our second ARK when we won 60k to 12k. Yeah, they're on pace for that. I mean, look. When I was invited to this ARK of Osiris, I was informed that, like, we are an organized alliance. The representative from Wolfpack said, we are an organized alliance. There's a non-zero chance that we sweep. And they were not wrong. They were not wrong. Love this action. Rally in on the obelisk. I do want to give kudos to the folks in 1UN. I mean, they're not giving up. They're staying in the fight. They're getting points, and I love that. Looks like a blue city is teleported in, and they're swarming it. Yeah, baby, make them burn. Make them burn. How dare they come over to your turf? I mean, come on, right? And they're doing it successfully. Now, how is that possible? This player might have one of their armies in the obelisk. They might have their armies in different objectives all throughout the map. You would be very surprised how few troops end up in some of these player cities such that you can swarm them. Love it. I totally love it. Woo, more blue players porting in. I mean, everybody's giving us a show here. I was going to go back to my kingdom and show off what's happening in our kill event, but like, I got stuff to see. This is cool. Look at this area of effect damage. You know what I do every now and then, as I say to myself, if I had an area of effect commander here, an AoE commander, instead of a single target commander like a Pelagius, like a Richard. Well, Richard does AoE, so Charles Martel is maybe a slightly better comparison point, right? But if I was doing massive AoE damage, like what would the result be? And how many times would there have been situations where that would have been good? And like, man, in Ark of Osiris, just the number of times where that would be insanely good is pretty overwhelming. All right. Unicorn Rinks, something or other. 1UN here. Hey, what's going on? 1UN, good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat. This fight for this obelisk is really remarkably hard. I'm sort of shocked. I guess at this point they're getting reinforcements to the obelisk, so that makes it even tougher. These guys are swarming it to try to get some points now that the rally is down. Whew. What's the button in the top left corner? That button takes you to wherever the Ark of Osiris is and lets you know the countdown until it respawns, which I absolutely love. Pixelated Photography says, one day maybe you can stream our Ark. We usually do Sunday, 1300 UTC, but we are still undefeated. Nice. Nice. I will be looking for an Ark this Sunday at 1300 UTC, but I received a bunch of messages already. I'm pretty sure with one at that time, so I should be good to go, but I don't know. Always send me the details in Discord, and that's a thing I can potentially check out. Ooh, city attacks going in now over here against a 21 million power player. I mean, that's not peanuts. They've got a Richard defending, but that's a lot of armies attacking in. Holy moly. Do I have a spreadsheet of my ARK team strategy? I don't have a spreadsheet. I do, however, have what I consider to be one of the very best strategies for when you are either lower power than your enemy or you are even power with your enemy. I think I figured it out. I'll probably drop that into a video. We'll see. We'll see. 6 ARK, 6 wins. Dude, have there even been 6 ARKs? How do you have 6 wins? Chisgule, do you play any other games? Not right now. Not right now. At some point, I will be looking to expand into another game. I've been thinking a lot about Diablo Immortal. I think that's going to be freaking amazing. Everybody was like upset that Diablo was coming to mobile, and I was like, are you kidding? This is like the best thing ever. I play mobile games. Let's go, baby. Vocal saying, Chis, get free boost and has no skills. True story. Ha! Whatever you say, my friend. Whatever you say. I've got the receipts to prove how much I've spent, so. I think the way you know I'm spending money is you can compare to the other content creators, and you can see the power level. Pia saying Diablo is so cool. Diablo is cool. Sihang, if you're on an under-advantaged alliance by either power or members who show up for ARK, how do you recommend either winning or getting 10,000 points for rewards? That is a thing that we probably are going to make a video about. That's probably a thing we're going to make a video about. Where? Oh, it's neutral. That's cool. It says that nobody has it, too. Man, I love this. I love this. I want to see what it looks like when either blue or red is holding the ARK. Ah, now it says captured and the letters are in red. That makes perfect sense. I mean, this is fun to watch. Woo. City getting teleported away. Cities burning left and right. Oh my gosh. Mayhem. Total mayhem. Total mayhem. Diablo Immortal, is that a PC game? No, it's a mobile game. It's a mobile game, baby. Yes, Killer Roland went to throw away the trash and he's back to mayhem. Back to mayhem. Pixelated photography. If you watch Chisgule's ARK strategy video and do some tweaks to it, you'll have a great time and do work during ARK. We based our strategy from his video. Awesome. We usually have a one-sided win. Glad to hear it. B. Draney. You got any tips for organizing any ARK strategy? Oh, I got tips on tips, baby. I got tips on tips. We'll make a video. Ankit. Let's see. I wish my ARK was like this, burning cities. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think burning cities is, in most cases, not the play, but I like a nice hard fight in ARK of Osiris. I like a nice hard fight for ARK of Osiris. Aaron is saying I buy Warcraft for mobile. I don't think Warcraft 3 for mobile. My cursor was blocking it. Ha. Yeah, I don't know. That could be interesting. Warcraft 3 for mobile. That could be interesting. Where are they going with this? Red's got the ARK of Osiris. I love this. I don't know how they got it, but they're moving it. They're moving it. What's going on here? Is this a rally? It sure is. And it's going to be a successful rally. Taking the obelisk. Oh, no. Drixon, I missed your question. How did I miss your question? What's cooking? What was your question? Ask again. Chisgule, what do you recommend to a player that will participate in ARK of Osiris for the first time? Ooh, first timer, huh? You need to have a cavalry army. You need to have 2 cavalry armies. One is going to have one tier 1 horseman who just runs around capturing objectives. And you should use like Dragon Lancer and Lancelot, and you shouldn't level them up a whole heck of a lot. Like, not much at all. Just a little bit of move speed and just a run around. The other thing that you need is like a proper cavalry army with as much movement speed as possible. Full archer rally? Was that a full archer rally? I did not notice that. That's amazing. Pelagius Belisarius as second seems legit. It is. It is. Pixelated photography. Has anyone tried using their infantry chase an enemy back to their safe zone? It will march inside and you can halt it. Free points. Ha. So infantry is a tough thing to use in the ARK of Osiris because they move so darn slowly. I'm not a huge fan of infantry. The reason I run around with infantry is because I have Martel expertise, and expertise Martel moves 20% faster, which is kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. Drixon, when migration starts, do you plan on doing collabs with other content creators? Also, I found out I'm the highest power City Hall 21 in my kingdom with 8 million. Awesome, dude. I already do collabs with other content creators. That is a thing I do. We've done collabs with Spooby, with Echo, with Shinchi, with Swag, Last Swag. I mean, we're doing it, baby. We're doing it. Hey, man, it's the guy from Kingdom 1235 enjoying the stream. What's going on? What is going on? We're just chilling. We're just chilling. So, this is going to wrap up in a second. We'll go back to our kingdom. We got a kill event going on. We'll show kind of what's happening. Rally in over here. Not looking like it's going to be successful. Where else do we have action? Mostly over here, it looks like. They did take back the obelisk. There you go. City burning? bold move. Bold move. If I was burning a city, pop quiz. If you're going to burn a city in this cluster, which one do you burn? Which one do you burn? Aaron, are other ARKs coming soon? I'm going to do one tomorrow. 1300. Oh, baby. Christian Tan, Legend Ronnie's city is getting attacked in Kingdom 16. Seriously? Seriously? That's amazing. That's amazing. I saw a bunch of drama in that kingdom. I've refrained from commenting about it because that's Legend Ronnie's content. It's his to have. Highest power should burn. Lowest power should burn. The answer is, in my opinion, to find the lowest power player and hit him. See the difference here? This player was a 15 million power player, and this player was a 13 million power player. They might have less troops, they certainly have less tech. That's where I'd be going. Maybe over here, what do we got? Another 13 million power player. The attacker in this case is using cavalry, which means they have charge talents. Charge talents are my favorite talents. Give 30% movement speed when your army goes below 50% health, which means that you can go hella fast. So I would have zipped my way over here and then, using charge talents, ran like heck if I felt like that was the thing I wanted to do. Watch us try to use our farming alliance tomorrow. 1300 UTC with almost zero tech. Hilarious. Hilarious. Does 7-day resource supply worth enough to buy? I don't do the 7-day resource supply. I did do the 7-day speed up supply for quite a while. I did do that. Chisgule, when will it be next war video? Because I love them. Maybe Monday. Monday's a good day for a war video, don't you think? I think so. I think so. All right, my friends. I'm going to call a wrap on this. This was fun to watch. I've enjoyed it. I just want to see. I mean, like, they're saying Legend Ronnie's city is burning, so, like, let's just zip over there for a couple seconds and just see what the heck is happening. And we'll go from there. Huge thank you to Wolfgang for including us in their Ark of Osiris. Congratulations on your win. Also, well played. Well played on the part of First United Nation. You guys put up a heck of a fight, despite the fact that there was kind of an overwhelming set of action going on here on the part of the Wolfpack. So let's just zip over here. We're just going to zoom way out, go to the world. We're going to scroll up. We're going to just take a look at the Kingdom of Atlantis. We're going to hit view. And we're going to go to 570, 575, huh? 570. Boop, boop, boop. 575. Boop, boop, boop. Boom. I don't see burning. I don't see burning. I do see Legend Ronnie's army is attacking players, though. So, that's a thing. That's a thing. They got some stuff going on here, huh? Some kingdom drama. That seems like a great idea. War right before the KVK launch. Why not? Why not? All right, what do we got going on here? Yeah, I mean, Legend Ronnie's got T5s, and he's got the tech. So, like, it's just not like an A+ to be battling his armies. Like, you're in trouble. Unless you also have T5, like, you're just going to get kind of wrecked. This is pretty cool. I'm not going to stay here too long, because, in my opinion, this is Ronnie's content to cover. This is Ronnie's content to cover. Flags are burning. I mean, there's stuff going on here, man. There's definitely stuff going on here. Woo-wee. This is Lost Temple area. That's a spicy meatball. What is going on here? You know, the problem with just like battling right outside Ronnie's city, and you saw this in my um, war videos, is that like he can just keep going back to his city, heal up to full, and just like boom, hit you with full army after full army after full army. And you know Ronnie's got 5 preset armies to wreck people with. I mean, like, if I were Ronnie, and he's probably already done a lot of this, I just keep going and like hitting those players and hitting those players and hitting those players that are standing outside my city until they were all cleared out. Because he can do that. Unless there's other T5 here, which, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't see T5. Do you? Do you see T5? Let's let Ronnie cover his content. I'm going to zip out of here. Good luck to you, Ronnie, in your adventures. Good luck to you, Ronnie, in your adventures. Let's go back to my kingdom. Bada boom. Let's see what's cooking up. We got some flags to build. We got some spice going on in my kingdom. This kill event's been interesting. Yeah, Killer Alon saying this is a controversial topic. He did a 1v10. Wow. That's insane. All right. So, you know, it's always good news when you come back to your kingdom and you don't have a hospital to tend to. That's good. We were running around farming guardians before. Now we've got an army over here. We're going to be grabbing this shrine, this sanctum. It's not an attack. This is an agreed takeover. So this should be no surprise to anyone. And so we're going to go to territory. We're going to build an alliance flag. Bada boom. And I think we want to put the flag, what do you think? Up here or down here? I think down here. I think down there, right? That's about where we want this flag. This seems like the right place. What do you guys think? Is there somewhere else I should put it? It'll connect me to their stuff. Am I hiding my troops? No, I was doing the Guardians earlier. So, Toots, Chisgule, Uji, or Sun Tzu on overall effectiveness. They do different things, but they're both great. I think Uji is the more... Well, I think Sun Tzu is a better all-rounder because you can like use non-infantry with him, but Uji is a more flexible commander. What am I drinking? This is a smoothie with fruit and kefir. Homemade kefir, by the way, which is like a health factor plus 5 billion. King Schmuck. Hi, Chisgule. Should I carry on making Rise of Kingdom content? Do you think it'll bring more attraction to the game? I've not seen your content, King Schmuck, but I enjoy making content for this game a whole heck of a lot. All right. Here we go. I think we're going to build it down instead of up. There was no opinions in the chat, so I'm just going to do it over here. Build. And send the close army. Boom. And now, boom, boom. Build. Let everybody know this is a thing we're doing. And I'm going to mark this over here. Boom. What other markers are not in use? I'm already using moon for something. Okay, fine, I'll use the attack marker. We are building to here. Wow, spelling. Where's autocorrect when you need it? Building to here. Ha. Boom, boom. Okay. Looks like it's going to be 2 flags to get there, but that's fine. Gold nodes, baby. All about those gold nodes. Okay. Ooh. Mysterious Merchant, my favorite. Let's go check out the Mysterious Merchant. What do we got? I don't buy gold, and I buy the first row 90% off. Second row, I love trading resources for speed-ups. By the way, at the start of the game, you need a ton of speed-ups. In the mid-game, you need a ton of resources. And in the end game, you need a ton of speed-ups again. We do need another 24-hour gathering token, and we have resources on resources at this point, so we're going to convert those resources into experience. That seems good. We hit refresh. Boom. 90% off resource token. We'll take it. And then scrolling down, resources for speed ups, we're in. And then, boom, 24-hour gathering token. Boom, experience. Love it. And that is our trip to the Mysterious Merchant. We've got a ton of buying that we're going to do in the VIP shop. Specifically, we need to start getting these 8-hour speed ups. We save our spending, by the way, until the very last day of the shop, because there's a non-zero chance now that there could be a More Than Gems event. And so we save all the gems that we want to spend in the VIP shop until just before the very last day. Or really on the very last day, to be clear. Okay, so these guys are helping build the flags. Amazing. Amazing. Let's see here. I've got 2 armies that were doing the rune gathering. I'm going to send those back to my city now. Boom. And boom. They can return home. I want to watch that when it happens because it's a kill event. They might get attacked on the way. Broadly, let's talk about the kill event for a second. Let's talk kill event. The rules for our kill event are as follows. Don't attack cities unless you know that the player isn't playing the game anymore. And what was the other rule? I think it was that, like, oh yeah, no structures. No cities, no structures. So like don't take structures like a pass. Anyways, there was a question of whether or not we should take this pass from Toon during this kill event, which some of my members did before I sent out rules. And I actually want Toon to have this pass during the kill event. Toon is one of the alliances that we're kind of skirmishing with in the open field. I, by the way, have advised my alliance members not to skirmish with any of the folks that we have alliances with, and we have alliances with everybody in the Lost Temple area, because it just creates drama. So, like, no drama between our very close allies. And so we skirmish with Toon, and I wanted Toon to have this pass. And I wanted Toon to have this pass because I wanted Zone 3 to feel pressure. I want them to feel the pressure of Toon being able to teleport next to their, gatherers and kill them all, or their folks that are killing barbarians and to wreck them, Like, I want pressure to exist. Otherwise, you can get really complacent. Anyways, we've got this flag building. That's going to take 20 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to answer a couple questions, and then I think we're going to head out for the day. I think we're going to call it there. Any questions for me before we head out? How close am I to T5? That's a fair question. Let's show you the tech. Let's show you, that's speed ups. Let's show you the tech. We have, at this point, 100% maxed our economic technology, and that was required. Carriage required me to max open pit quarry and coinage, which I hadn't maxed previously. Cutting and polishing was required, along with carriage, by the way, in order to start combined arms, which adds 9% attack, which is really insanely good. So that's a thing we're going to rock. We need to get medical core, and we need to get stirrups and plate armor maxed out. Those take a lot of time. And then we actually can start our Royal Knight research, baby. We can start our Royal Knight research. Steve, you're welcome for broadcasting your ARK. Epic movie moments. Am I still playing the Game of Thrones Winter is Coming game? I am not. Ali saying, I watched a video about Yi Seong-Ye and El Cid defeating Julius and Barca. Dude, Yi Seong-Ye and El Cid are a great combo. There's some interest in seeing the Legion technology. I'll share our tech. We are working on Assembly Charge 2 and Archer Defense 2. From there, we're probably going to unlock this skill and start to power it up. We're doing pretty well in the territory tree. We need to finish off Territory Guardian. We haven't yet, simply because we don't need to. We'll also start working on this alliance skill at some point. We also have been working on some of the early alliance skills because, like, look, these bad boys don't actually take gold, so they're pretty easy to work on. And then looking at the top, we really do need to get our gathering game going, but basically the second of ARK of OSIRIS became a thing. The top priority became war tech. War tech became really big, and this war tech was not nearly in the position that it's in now. So there you go. There's our tech. By the way, we've got a level 21 Alliance gift. And if all of that was interesting to you, my friends and viewers, consider when Kingdom Migration opens up, coming to join us in Kingdom 51. That's right, Legion is going to be recruiting like crazy, and I'm going to be recruiting on behalf of all of the Alliance in our kingdom. So you should definitely consider joining us, our family, our friends, and all of the Alliances in Kingdom 51. You can play with me, potentially, which, I don't know, I'm thinking I'm pretty fun to game with. Anyways, my friends, let's get the last couple questions before we head out. Drixon is going to have the last question here. All right, Sihang, how do you feel about Alliance members feeding other Alliance members kills for the kill events? You know, I don't love it, but I know it's a thing, and there's no rules against it, so it happens. I heard it's expensive being king of a kingdom. Is it true? It is if you're popping kingdom buffs, which I am basically every other day almost at this point. It's a lot of gems, baby. Drixon, Chis, have you figured out how you will decide who to let into the family when migration starts? Been thinking about starting a new journey. We're going to do a couple things. And I'm going to make a video about this. We're going to have a power minimum for joining into Core Legion. That minimum is going to be sort of flexible based on how the recruiting is going. And then we're going to have everybody else who isn't making it into Legion join into LN2 or Ninja Legion or Faceless or DFH or VYG and the VYG family. If you apply to my alliance and we're full, that's the sort of family of alliances we're going to look into sending you to. And, you know, they are all exceptional alliances. I am also going to be recruiting on behalf of Toon. Perhaps HK7 would be interested in some recruiting on their behalf. DKD, TMI. I mean, look. If you're a Kingdom 51 Alliance, you're going to grow when migration opens up, and I'm excited for that. I'm super pumped. Okay. My friends. Okay. One comment I'll say. Pascal, come and join 56 to battle Chisgule. You know, look. You can be the villain if you like, but why be the villain when you could be the hero? Join up. We're going to have a lot of fun. On that note, I look forward to truly establishing marvelous diplomatic relations with other kingdoms. The joke about hero and villain is truly a joke. I actually am super pumped to be collaborating with other kings from those kingdoms, and I'm already talking to a whole bunch of kings. If you check out my Discord, link is in the description. You really should get in there. We've got a Council of Kings chat where we're chatting with a bunch of kings from a bunch of kingdoms. Really pumped about that. And, you know, look, I am pumped for what is coming in this game. If you'd like to join us and be a part of that, send me a message in Discord. That's a thing we can chat about. And until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.